Hello and welcome to another wonderful week here in Clay Nation. Eric Myers here. As you can see, there's no Ryan Lindley this week. Lots of schedule overlaps, some weather, all kinds of things that are happening. So you get me this week all by myself. Good and bad, that is what it is. But honestly, it's going to be a pretty short episode because the big story here is the weather. The rain, the snow, the ice, everything has pretty much rained just about 98% of things out. So looking forward though, that means there's going to be a lot of Morton Community High School sports action coming to you in the future as we get all these makeup games in. So spring break, we did have a couple of games. Our boys baseball team headed down to Linds Field in Jacksonville, took away 2 big victories there, proving to 5-1 on the season. Our girls softball team also snuck in a game last week before the weather really got bad, beating Lincoln, and their record is 2-3 currently, which is pretty awesome. And then going back 2 weeks, but right before we went on spring break, we had our indoor boys and girls state track meet where Chris Schaff walked away with the 200-meter win, which is pretty awesome. I think he's up right now for the Clutch Sports Player of the Week with that. And our girls 4x8 relay team set not only their own record, but they won that event. They set an indoor meet record for that. So huge things coming, hopefully, for them as they transition to the outside weather realm here. So hats off to all those people. But there's one team that really does go out and try to play, and no matter what the weather is. And actually, our girls soccer team snuck in a game Tuesday night versus Metamora where they won 5-1 on the pitch. So great job to our ladies right there. A couple to beat normal community as well last week. So soccer is that one sport you can still kind of play if it's weather's not the greatest, unlike baseball, softball, tennis, and even track and field if it's too cold. I know some of the junior high meets got canceled because of the cold weather for tonight. Which is kind of a big deal. Boys tennis pretty much got rained out a whole bunch as well. I know they're trying to move some of their matches indoors this week. Obviously, it's kind of a weird one right now. I'm here by myself. I would say 90% plus got rained out last week and even this week, right? I know baseball and softball both were at to have multiple games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here we are on Thursday, and we're still not sure if we're going to be playing tomorrow this weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I think there's one more band of weather that's supposed to come through midday today, probably about the time you're watching this, hopefully, and wipe us out or let us go a little bit further. So those are some good things. Always stay up to date. IL 8-18. Pretty much every sport also is on Twitter. You can also follow various groups on Facebook. There's the Morton Potters Athletics groups on there if that's what you need. Always MPTV is going to be out there broadcasting as many games as possible to you via the NFHS network. So whenever you want to do that, shout out to Dawn Arnamaker and her team that puts together amazing broadcasts every single time that they head out there, whether that's soccer, whether that's track and field, baseball, softball, they'll get out there and do it all for you. So if you have anything, if you don't want to brave that cold weather, although looking forward, the weather does start to turn into the 60s and 70s, and maybe we can see some of that big yellow blob up in the sky. Well, maybe not Monday because we're going to have a solar eclipse, but hopefully it does come out, dries everything out, and we can get into our normal spring weather patterns here where maybe the temperatures are in the 60s, 70s. We can get out and play some games and matches without having to bundle up ready for winter number 2 here in the Midwest. So that's pretty much, like I said, a very short week. Just want to have a huge shout out there to our boys and girls indoor track teams. That was a great season there, way to end the finishes there with that 4x800 relay team. You know, set that top time, Chris Schaff, personal best right there. I think it was under 22 or 21 seconds, which is pretty awesome for a high school in the 200. So 2 awesome things right there. Best of luck to all of our sports teams that are competing, and hopefully Coach Lee is going to be back with me next week, and we can get those going forward. Hopefully we'll have lots of sports to report when we're back in about a week when everything dries out. So Eric Myers, until next week. Thanks, y'all.